President of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, took part in the high-level political forum on sustainable development during his visit to the United States of America. The head of state drew the attention of the international community to the latest changes in Kazakhstan.
As part of this program, I introduced the concept of a state that listens to the needs and aspirations of its people. The aim is to facilitate a dialogue between the government and people, and to make sure that public inputs into the formation of national policies will become more visible.
The United Nations Center for Sustainable Development is expected to be located in Kazakhstan. The president called on the influential organization to be promoted to a regional level and to enhance cooperation within Central Asia.
I propose to establish a UN inter-regional center in Kazakhstan for the SDGs. Our region has entered a new stage of its trade and economic engagement. We are bound together and destined to address and resolve our common threats and challenges collectively. This center may focus on accelerating the delivery of the SDGs, not only in Kazakhstan, but across the entire Central Asia and in Afghanistan.
President of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev's visit to the United States is full of high-level meetings. For example, the head of state met with US President Donald Trump, Moldovan President Igor Dodon, Prime Minister of Luxembourg Javier Bettel, and President of Finland Sauli Niinisto. The parties agreed to strengthen political, trade, economic, humanitarian, and cultural ties, as well as strengthen cooperation in priority areas. For example, the intention to work closely with the United States on regional and global security was voiced, and the importance of strengthening cooperation with Finland in transport and logistic areas was highlighted. The expansion of cooperation with Luxembourg via the Astana International Financial Center was also discussed. Kassym-Jomart Tokayev held talks with the famous political scientist, founder and president of the research and consulting company Eurasia Group, Ian Bremmer, during his visit to New York. The parties held discussions on current trends in the technological area. The president of Kazakhstan invited Ian Bremmer to take part in the work of the Astana Club International Discussion Platform. The head of state also held meeting and negotiations with the president of Goldman Sachs, David Solomon, in the United States. The discussions held between the two figures include the main directions of the company's work in Kazakhstan, as well as the cooperation with AIFC. The head of state expressed his gratitude for the active participation and activities in Kazakhstan.
In some projects in Kazakhstan, we are pursuing the IPO with regard to Kazmunagas, Kazpost. First of all, I would like to express my appreciation to you for being part of our Astana International Exchange. I know that you are quite interested in being involved in some projects in Kazakhstan. We are pursuing the IPO with regard to Kazmunagas, Kazpost, Sarmatian Energy, and a few other.
We've been very, very focused on building a long-term relationship with you, and very committed to what you're doing, and very excited about what you're doing. With respect to the IPO, our team is actively engaged and working through the process. I think there's a timeline outlined for 2020, and we're very committed to doing everything we can in our global resources.
A 6.5 magnitude earthquake has hit Indonesian island Seram. Many houses and buildings were damaged due to the natural disaster. Information about victims of the earthquake is not made available at the moment. In September last year, a 7.5 magnitude earthquake hit the Palu province in the country, which resulted in tsunami. According to official data, 57,000 of the victims still live in temporary shelters. A chemical factory in the French city of Rouen was caught on fire. Schools and universities are closed down in the center and north of the city due to the mishap. Information on the victims of the incident is not available at the moment. The occurrence of the fire is still being investigated. New chief of International Monetary Fund has been appointed. According to Reuters, the Global Monetary Organization has chosen Bulgarian economist Kristalina Georgieva. His term in office will last for 5 years. Previously, she served as the executive director of World Bank, and she was also a member of the European Commission. Kristalina Georgieva is the first person from an emerging market economy to chair the IMF. Earlier in mid-September, Christine Lagarde resigned as the chief of IMF. The first honorary consulate of Kazakhstan is opened in Armenia. The embassy will be responsible to strengthen business and cultural interaction. Based on the results last year, trade between Kazakhstan and Armenia reached $13 million. The two republics are looking forward to double the value in the near future.
Наша главная задача не просто перерастить.
Our main goal is not to only increase the trade turnover between the countries in terms of the gross, but also to create very good conditions for the development of small business, expanding their external relations and finding counterpartners in the business community between Kazakhstan and Armenia.
В бизнес-сообществе как Казахстана и Армении.
Aram Abramyan, who is a well-known business person in the region, was appointed as honorary consul. He plans to create various opportunities between the country and Kazakhstan.
Почетное консульство Казахстана в Республике Армения будет предоставлять весь спектр консульских услуг для граждан Kazakhstan.
The Honorary Consulate of Kazakhstan in Armenia will provide a full range of consular services for citizens of Kazakhstan, including all the necessary support, assistance in resolving all kinds of social and other problems. Our primary goal is to develop the economic relations between the countries. We also want to familiarize the Republic of Armenia with the culture of Kazakhstan. For this purpose, the consulate was opened in Vayot-Zor in order to decentralize the flow of information in the region.
С этой целью мы открылись в Вайот-Зоре, в регионе, чтобы децентрализировать потоки информации.
Aram Abramyan plans to participate in the Congress of Honorary Consuls, which will be held in the capital of Kazakhstan, as well as visit the regions of the country. Kazakh scientists and students will be given an opportunity to participate in CERN research projects. An agreement on the international cooperation between Kazakhstan's government and the European Organization for Nuclear Research was ratified in the parliament. CERN is the leading global research organization in the area of particle physics. Minister of Energy Kanat Bozumbayev highlighted that the cooperation will allow Kazakh scientists to make a breakthrough in fundamental knowledge and technology.
Мы на этом этапе предлагаем этим соглашением ограничиться статусом.
Based on our proposal, we offer to be confined to the non-member status in the agreement at this stage because it gives us a wide opportunity for our scientists, doctoral students and undergraduates to intern at all CERN facilities without exception. Secondly, this also allows us to improve the qualifications and continue in doctoral studies in more than 500 universities in the world that works with CERN.
Более чем 500 университетах мира, которые сотрудничают сегодня с ЦЕРНом.
Kyrgyzstan is increasing its production of building materials. The country has sufficient reserves of raw materials to be used for industrial supply. The state has launched the production of cement, glass, sand, marble tiles, bricks and other building components. The country is also increasing its export. Kyrgyz cement is in demand abroad. The volume of cement production reached 2 million tons last year.
Цемент мы экспортируем в основном только.
We export cement only to two countries, Uzbekistan and Tajikistan, at the moment. In 2018, we exported about 491,000 tons of cement to Uzbekistan and 26,000 tons to Tajikistan.
Цемента и еще 26 тысяч тонн в Таджикистан.
This is a factory which is located in Shu district that was built in 1964. Almost 50 million tons of cement has been produced at the factory over the years. The enterprise, which owns the facility, is one of the largest companies in the state. The products are supplied both to foreign markets as well as domestic market. The local demand of the Republic is 1.6 million tons per year. That is manufactured by 3 factories. The supply completely meets the demand of the market. Tashkent hosted the Japanese Autumn Festival in honor of the Year of Kazakhstan in Uzbekistan. The project, which started in Kazakhstan in 2011, widely promotes traditional, classical and jazz music with Kazakh melodies. Famous Japanese organist Keiko Inoue performed the world classics at the State Conservatory in Uzbekistan. Her compatriot composer Sakita Hajime gave a performance as well.
Такое единение культур является одной из главных задач фестиваля.
One of the main goals of the festival is to create a unity of culture. We want to make our people, culture, music and art closer and more understandable to each other.
Ближе и более понятным друг другу.
These are the irreplaceable tools for promoting our traditional music around the world. This is a dream of many musicians. This opportunity is not given to everyone. We are delighted to show the traditions of our country at the world level. Artists from several countries arrived to the festival, which is being organized for the 9th year. They presented folk songs, exclusive performances and folklore ensembles. The next festival will take place in Kyrgyzstan. Bones of a Sarmatian woman, which is believed to be between 3 and 4 centuries BC, were found during excavation works in West Kazakhstan. The burial mounds were previously located at the site. Fragments of vessels, mirror and jewelry were also found near the bones.
Обнаружили совершенно нетронутые на археологическом языке.
Our assumption is that this burial mound belongs to a Sarmatian woman. She was buried in a position of a rider. All of the items buried next to the woman were kept in good condition. No one has ever touched the items.
Он лежал вот в том виде, в каком был еще в древности.
The discovered items will be restored while the bone remains will be analyzed. Scientists said that the investigations are made necessary at the sites.
көптеген жаңағы деректер келіп жатыр, немесе адамдар хабарласты, мысалы Зашахан ауылында.
We are receiving a number of sources. People have contacted us. For example, human bones were discovered at residences' homes in Jashagan. After the excavation, it was found out that the bones belonged to the Sarmatian period. This shows that archaeological excavations must be done first before planning construction works at certain places. We have the chance to preserve the historical sources if we can plan this thoroughly.
Біздің тарихымызға қатысты дерек көздерінің барлығын толыққанды алып алуға мүмкіншілігіміз бар.
50 documents, photos and artifacts representing the history of political formation of Kazakhstan from 1917 to 2000 were presented at a historical documentary exposition in Nur-Sultan. The exhibition, or the Archive of President of Kazakhstan, became part of the events dedicated to its 25th anniversary.
Из отобранных документов мы сюда.
We presented the most unique documents out of all the selected documents. The exhibition is open to the public and will last for 10 days in Nur-Sultan. We call the exhibition the Rarities of Archive of the President of Kazakhstan.
Раритеты архива президента Республики Казахстан.
There are over 800,000 documents stored in the archive of the President of Kazakhstan. 160,000 of the documents were made in electronic format. About 3 million documents were copied in e-version in the capital's archive. Another 35 million documents will be copied into an electronic format by 2021.
Сегодня вот архив города Нур-Султан.
The city archive in Nur-Sultan is presenting its electronic system. We also prepared a presentation about our electronic archive, how we work experience in creating electronic database, and work experience of the Presidency's archive on informatization, preservation and acquisition.
По обеспечению сохранности, по комплектованию.
The creative evening of Dombra is the sacred heritage of the Great Steppe was held in the capital. The event is part of an educational cultural project organized by the Assembly of People of Kazakhstan. Famous Jirau Almas Almatov and traditional singer Yerlan Rizkali performed to the audience at the event. The successors of poetic traditions spoke about the strength and importance of the Kazakh national musical instrument. This event is very important. We consider it as a lesson to the young generation. We are organizing it primarily with the aim of cultural continuity in order to learn about the Kazakh national instrument and to educate the youth.